with riba. An entrepreneur wants money from a banker. He wants to start a poultry farm. He wants to start a food processing plant. He's an entrepreneur. He's a keystone species. If he succeeds, many people will succeed. But he needs money from me, who is not an entrepreneur, and I don't know how to do business. Sharia is saying, do risk sharing, profit sharing, or loss sharing. That's what Sharia is saying. Not, I will give you 100 million, I will hold your other factory as collateral. If you succeed, fine. I will make my 30% interest rate. If you don't succeed, fine. I've got the collateral, I will still make my amount. That injustice of the entrepreneur, the keystone species, the one who our survival depends on, that he should take all the risks or she should take all the risks, and you, the capitalist, the one with the money, you don't take any risk, that's what Sharia is against. So careful about doing riba through other means. Understand the principle and the maqasid. What is Sharia trying to protect? Not just riba is haram, but understand the different other forms that riba could take. And at its core, it is this issue of no risk sharing. There was a Fulani man. Munzo gidan kuko? There was a Fulani man. His name was Buba. And what happened? My father had cattle. And I heard it from the farm, the sheep of Fulatanin. He said his son, who was just 20, was going to get married soon. And I'm like, 20 years old, you're going to get married? I didn't know that my own son, my first son, 21 years old, got married last week. He started his online business when he was in first year of university. This Fulani man said, what happens for nomadic Fulani, the nomadic Fulani, is when his wife is about to deliver, he will buy a chicken for that child. But this Buba was so poor, he couldn't afford a chicken, but he could buy an egg. So he got an egg for his son. He put the egg under his own chicken, and the chicken sat on the eggs, incubated, hatched around the same time that his son was born. He took care of that chicken. It grew up, laid eggs. He will sell some of the eggs to buy extra food for the chicken. But this chicken also would be given some eggs to sit on, and it would hatch. And of the chicks that were hatched, Shaho will eat some. Bera will eat some. Machiji will eat some, but some will still survive. And over the next 3 years, that's how an egg became a chicken. A chicken became many chicks. Many chicks became a whole flock of chickens. He sold most of the chickens sold most of them, kept about 5, sold the rest, and bought akuya, bought a goat for his son, who is now around 3 years old. Over the next 4 to 5 years, this goat grew.
Baraka FM.
Another kid, another goat, gave birth to another one, gave birth to another one. By the time he had about 7 goats, he kept 3, sold 4, bought a small cow. Over the next couple of years, by the time the boy was 20 years old, he had enough cows to take care of a family. If I were to give you an egg and I ask you, look at this egg, what do you see? For many of us, we see breakfast. But with the mindset of the Fulani, it's the same egg, but he sees a herd of cattle. But there are key things to remember. He could not afford a chicken, so he started with an egg. But he had the discipline to not celebrate too quickly, to delay gratification, to have self-discipline, to keep to your business plan, to delay your enjoyment, to not increase your standard of living because you increased your income. Otherwise, one of the number 1 reasons why people retire poor is, and Professor discussed this earlier, when their income increases, instead of having a bigger gap between their expenditure and their income, they increase their expenditure to meet their income. And so they will retire poor. Why? Because nothing to save. So yes, start where you are with what you have, but start now. I will touch on 5 major pillars. Do Allah, how much time do you have? Anyway, 5 major pillars of prosperity and wealth management. Number 1, earning. What do you do to earn more over the years? Number 2, saving. It's not just earn and you increase your income, but how do you save? Number 3, investing. If you only save, inflation will chop your money. It'll just evaporate in its value. Just like water, you just don't know.
98.7 FM, Baraka, Yetiewo Babia.
A very good morning to our able listeners listening to us across the globe. Today is 21st May, and we are here with our able listeners who are listening to us around the globe. And today being the 21st of May, we would like to give you the headlines of our newspaper that is trending across the world. My name is Mohammed Asabi, and I will be your host for the day. And you may hear about trending news across the world. With this, I think there's a lot of things that is happening. And whether today being the Thursday of the weekday, so you bet me I'm a choir ASM prepare because most of the times, parents, the best room say, some colano, omo some modina, pen, tarika crana, modisha, because you can't predict. Most of the times, the weather forecast, so almost to me at the news in brain and time, but along the way, so let's try to protect our words, especially on colano, sometimes they are not all the time, good with the condition. So let's start with the Chronicle newspaper headlines. Policy rate at 14%. That's the middle age crisis. Is the elephant in the room. That's the Bank of Ghana. Dr. Esiama, I don't know, because that's the governor of the Bank of Ghana. We share the front page of the Chronicle. So I'll see. Defilement law catches GHS school administrator. Remanded for allegedly having sex with 14 years old GHS graduate. Sad story we call Chronicle front page now. Now open the stories, so you can see it on the page 3. That's on the Chronicle newspaper. Custom commissioners strategize on how to boost national revenue. And also at the bottom of the Chronicle newspaper, and also you see the news, and also call page 4, and also Ubehu, and also on. Let's go to Daybreak newspaper. Yes, freedom in truth. On the top of the daily Daybreak, or say Baumia Hayes MPs say they are the last line of Ghanaian defense. Former vice president, that's the former vice president, Dr. Alhaji Baumia. Or say Baumia Hayes MPs says they are the last line of Ghanaian defense. On the front page of the Daybreak, so share or see new era of financial confidence. And the front page of the newspaper. That's Dr. Edward Sapon. That's the ADB manager. The front page, so see Sezi Redwana School administrator cage for bonking girl age 14. Yes, we school kwala no and administrator no wakoto asha no so no. We share from no there to the front page of the newspaper no. We are broke at forcing test financial sector victims. And also boldly Dr. Kase at forcing there's the finance minister also we are broke at forcing test financial sector victims. On the daily graphic, so we share the daily graphic, so or say suspend hostel fees hikes now. Rent control direct tertiary school operators. Some about the rent control issue. Sometimes especially in school, hostels na edana. Some have taken upon themselves that this is the business venture for them. Almost to school I could tell you to the extent say you see how can akwala oko school akope nyimde abebo o man then bibi ordinity betu so sebe no okomano fear na you triple the fees more than even the school fees in the crowd or hostel on school on. So we share the front page of the daily graphic now. Suspend hostel fees hikes now. That's the rent control, rent commissioner direct tertiary school operators. On the other side of the front page of the daily graphic, also I'll say the Ghana Commercial Bank empowers construction firms with asset financing. Ghana Commercial Bank empowers construction firm with asset financing. That's on the front page of the daily graphic too. Transplantation best treatment for kidney failure. Research forum be normal by that's call page 13 story when you go to the page 13 you see all the stories trending over. So let's go to the BNFT newspaper. Property sector pause for growth amid renew investor. That's the front page of the BNFT. Ghana Commercial Bank empowers timeline and innovation with financial under the big push agenda. Ghana Commercial Bank empowers timeline innovation with financing under big push agenda. And also story no call page 2 is free trending over there. The Bank of Ghana tighten liquidity rules, hold policy rate at 14%. Bank of Ghana, see, Bank of Ghana tighten liquidity rules, holds policy rate at 14%. So on the other side of the front page of the daily graphic, BNFT newspaper, so I'll see IMF exit signals new era of financial confidence. That's the ADB manager. I'll see IMF exit signals new era of financial confidence. And also call the page 3 of the BNFT newspaper, so you will see it there. So on the National Enquirer, and also we share the front page of the National Enquirer, so coming soon, Fatawu South NDC chairman and relative of the DC in Galamsey Wahala. Coming soon, Fatawu South NDC chairman, relative of the DC in Galamsey Wahala. I just say, and also the front page of the National Enquirer. No room for illegalities. NPA police tighten ties. No room for illegalities. NPA police tighten ties. We share the National Enquirer front page, so I say AETC 2026. Julius Deborah reaffirms Ghana's strategic commitment to energy transition. Julius Deborah reaffirms Ghana's strategic commitment to energy transition. We share the front page of the National Enquirer now. Yes, President Mahama and wife Madam Lordina Mahama. We share the front page now. I see. No one must be left behind. No one must be left behind. Make honors Lordina Mahama. Award no wajin fefe award brofu mienu ena Lordina Mahama so for yes. We share the front page of the National Enquirer, so I know so everyone. PBC secures 30 million Ghana cedis facility to clear cocoa farmers' debt, restore operation. Yes, the produce buying company no say almost secure 30 million facilities to clear cocoa farmers' debt, restore operation stability. And no the front page of the National Enquirer. Share the dispatch also, dispatch newspaper also, and also the headlines the bremo. Or see Ghana exits IMF after 17 bailout, but will it go for an 18 bailout? Wow. Ghana exits IMF after 17th bailout, but will it go for an 18 bailout? And also kwa na egusu aircon no yehwe President Mahama Bosho the man says your boy is it or the IMF funds na your man sisi no almost what they say we can go for the 18 bailout no so and also we share the front page of the dispatch no so the picture e wo hodum na financial minister Dr. Ato Force no so the picture no the front page of the dispatch newspaper. We share I see 1 year of working for President Mahama. So page 2 and 8. And also the stories na trendy on NDC to name headquarters after late President Jerry Rawlings. And on page 11. I see NDC to name headquarters after the late of the former President Jerry John Rawlings. Omo papa say omo di to their headquarters and also was one of the dispatch newspaper demand that also the we Dr. Baumia picture na one also demand data behind every government claims. Baumia to MPP MPs demand data behind every government claims. And also the page 12 of the dispatch newspaper. You call the Daily Searchlight. The Daily Searchlight also we share the front page of the Daily Searchlight. So RNX Empires. That's the Joanna Quay versus Major. Also the RNX Empire. Joanna Quay was major part. Ya papaya na ni di beda trendy bebre papaya o ma obusia ni di nkra mi we free ni di Nhyira in Sensembe na eba no. Or see crucial evidence emerged in court filing. Hey, asem the easy. This is the major news here by Yana. You see, this kind of issue about the divorce, sometimes say Obi say oh Bobby say would you receipt because this issue about this new evidence there are emerging there. I think say let's see if the table will turn around that now so the page 2 of the Daily Searchlight page 2 no story near soldier dies in explosive incidents during training. Where the say Ankoye the front page of the Daily Searchlight so the police for be training now. I think say this explosion came outside the time I say or see he paid the ultimate price in service to the nation. Yes. No. This is the race most of the time FAC in the line of duty now. This kind of things it to me follow until say about money he take it in mind. Threat against free speech. Ghana heading towards a slippery slope nobody want to get into. Yes, that's the front page of the Daily Searchlight. On the Ghanaian Times, the Ghanaian Times on hey, papa ya can was a na the picture so at the front page of the Ghanaian Times on basa na yeah landlord for no so I ship papa because papa we the operations are all there. Then obi be some say na obi take you operations and one kasa no dan kra we should do say na ope say a man for landlord for no omo to me eti omo rent no sir or say clamp down on rent dispute begins. Where the operation power no clamp down on rent dispute begins as rent control department introduce new policy we are made by the I hope say it will favor everyone, not include only the riches, because sometimes when the policy comes now, the less privileged, all the time, because last year say to me call most of the tertiary institutions here all call clamping down this high house of rent now. So they are mad the student back the school fees cramp into me into yes fees nuclear for more than 2 years na into me into the rent and crying no so we share the front page of the Ghanaian Times so on. MMT deploys 100 new buses to ease commuter burden. I don't know what the page 12 of the Ghanaian Times so MMT deploys 100 new buses to ease commuter burden. You see, this bus is in the, I think say it's long overdue anchor, but now anchor say a system no now man for it to me enya because papa pikra or bar no po ubi sana kwanso tisena or car story because yen drivers on last meeting say casual drivers in see no omo achichichi bebre because this is the time omo ba na amount for to the prices also now. I don't know the reason why entire made for no it take you opportunity of such na most of the times no say ukofaka especially say ufi a sec bansa oma the moment ball 11 to 12 no bia rush say so bomodi edu station time because one yen in tama obedu one no na sisi no from sec to even in Saomo Krampo no na sisi no you are even pay more 3 times than the actual price na yet you know. I don't know the reason why almost take it because this time around for what they are doing I learned say from circuit to inside home because I want to know all the time no better ever say obefaka abansa home mate no be catch us say they are not going straight to inside home na say so mu bo short sa obe start from circuit to Achimota, from Achimota to Pokwasi, from Pokwa just say before waka say obe rooms sa home na kasa kran na wait you are getting to 30 Ghana. Anka say from circuit to Saum less than 15 cities clear say utiano. Now you are paying for more than 30 cities. I don't know Mufti Abeka Yawan. I don't know if he has something to say concerning about this issue about this.
Sometimes Obeka ya be complaining wa haya.
Kakra utiano.
We be complaining and since then I'm say me. anytime bi amekọ akra biala
yes
me the motor na ebeko I'll use bike because ubeko bejo short nti unim na kwa akra na oba in sawom na we mistake na e ball be 6 o'clock e wa akra dia utu etwi sabe
Baraka FM.
Ubebrepa
so office sek e ben sawoma
now oba no on pay mu in sawom kra ma wo no kan beba na yema na wo hwe ni page na hono mo konsamo ebi mo pon adwuma ebi mo ko omo abeye omo abodompem e wo bus stop ho inti no hu se ni koko season no inti oba na oka amasa my kra na opentema kofie inti no obeba beforo
you see bin twa no won say there was sometimes no the interma na metro mass e wo se ka ni besi wo no na mafo die bika e kofo na menti ase no to know say this is the trending so mate for no it take this price in to say Uber buy in Sahom. Now nya kwot name pe almost me dem in kwa Sahom street o. Now last on sa no we na obi private car. Eba runabout one more second runabout one more. Na can start say papa in Sahom no. Let me guess na papa we are the private car na turning into the commercial way na.
Mostly cars na pick up which no kita carrier which no
yeah Kia
ne pick up no and I almost in case almost any pana bodom pim sa now almost no first ne dey nkai almost fan free wa wo call in Sahom me call in Sahom ntino wa wo bisi okwan so no wa ba front no odru pe na obo ono no say in Sahom no ye fair say ye 15 cedi a ono about say 5 cedis
okay
obeka se baby obesi bia same price so
Baraka FM.
Now I for
okay
and at times go who say and no cry a bit convenient cry even trot now over there obefano
na adena ya won call main station main station wo call main station some station wo hono money
station na hono na bus stop hono na omo pai omo kasi hono
but you see this main station issue I quite remember last me koto ade e wo odi call Baraka area hono na me ba na me so at this time we there I think say who here say make a continue roadside say me peka me nko main station na boy me call main station one more line no just say line no akwa it say zigzag e ko say ya na esa benechi let me say na line ben na e ko sa no me ko bi say omo say in Sahom so mu there so one na so mu line no dey short because so mu omo mo ko so mu dey omo ndo so say omo mo ko in Sahom no we na ubi say omo say car so ni wonu mo car nya available at that time sanka car wo honum na we tu ya na we aba car
ni hono ni say won say time na car beba time na wo kra no ebeba be do so nti nyame anya adom na wo no oni maybe first time na wo chire kra dia intino Babangida this issue no there me dem hu ni say
but this year we say MTT o mo deploy 100 bus na wo say 100 bus na ba wo hu ni say o gidi say no be boa
perhaps you know me location na maba be sisi ani ntina ama Accra no me nsheda nko me sure say me catch Tuesday no me catch say me kwa Accra that was yesterday Emma okra kai
na pa day before yesterday
okra kai me na pa say wo say we kwa Accra o me say ho na san be si me mu emergency say me atenu ba me hwe eye nyoma me kwa kofi mu na sefo na me sade to say no I'll make end of month mum na makọ
aha in Sahom Accra Andra me kofi no na de na me say me fa moto nko ana say me faka because na me feel okay na o hwe weather no so insu no so be start na de na me say fa moto anko na say me ko do stations this stations wo do afia say na driver so be church ro ho a kire say obeko onko o twen say ade be sana na wetumi a church no ho a kire passengers no na unim me bo modi fa moto no me do station me hu lie ho no ama for jiri wonu ma cars eni wonu si inti we na anka me be park moto no de atu wonu
Babangida mpese mi bisa wo wo na wo in Sahom ha che wo wa che o Sahom ha pa so many years tentina trotro nsheda enye juma e wo impotemu hasa na taxi ba me hu ni se ka trotro so eba it will is this kind of problems are ye face e won impotemu ha no trotro bi obenye bia no e ko long distance you see that say e ko su hu other regions Accra ni na sefo nti maybe say nka mobile say na wo ba photo bi o ko friend say pokrom ni na sefo na unya trotro bia So maybe trotro maybe you 3 city na nka taxi na jiwe. It will help ease.
Oh, you see trotro no dey e bi wo ho. Na most of times
so close to 3 years. Me who trotro.
Trotro no most of time enye omo shadow roadside no. Who rest station main station trotro ho no. Go village na there, but trotro no in one moment say be shadow from maybe in Saom Adekye to say the bro na sand the chiaba. And I said because no almost shadow the call nkrankwenu but for villages na there no your trotro one your taxi one even motors no krampo bi one almost run one this year all call joint bebre motors bebre one but you see in Saom place akwa to say first no na a road no akwa to say main road bakope what is so ufi mobile edi sanako crossing eduko adrejiru ansana obetu so dey akokumasi kwans any others so but this time around main road in the buy no he say akwa say yenye two main road wa obekwa kumasi ni dey and hunye say maybe unless maybe obeto bibi e wa adrejiru and obetumi afasa akro because people think say that place no like densely area traffic tachi e and one kasa o share from commercial bank edi sunny down one mo wouldn't say traffic kwanum so all the time who bet to me the more than 30 minutes kra na won do crossing here
mikita moto kra na me na hofu kra na me dwa
what maka Fatawu eno de o tumi am
ya mi say we boss ai juro
so orunu ye ko adojiri bia na ye ba
o
mini intra crossing mutumi ne intra crossing na mini ne kopi Anglican see you no what the cast no do so
ade ba ku bi kira e dey na e ba program ofie yes staff no ye nyina ye ba ye no so say kan ye nyina yes suna no na me no mini manager e wo moto ba ko so e na ono eni ye head of security Mr. Isaac
Baraka FM
ono si ni moto aba e na I think Fido also akwakoka yanka say sister Madam Agnes ho intino akwakọ ye ko impes intino omo to moto so ye fi say o kra be du honum kra before me name manager no e be du honum na me catch manager say manager moto e me nye sure say be kwa kodu se chikrom ho amfala no sure ya kwa kopake bike no e very say filling station say e wash it na me case no we nye wash ni e wash yes commercial banks find na ye be crossing na interior wash
why fast why fast
yes kwa ne there even ye pokra na ye timi riding in pokra no ye do hanuma na say we big careful who dia ground ya kwa kutwi obi anaso dia pem obi e fene inside mirror
what back last clean up exercise main station na me invite you no buy no what to be say odu cross one no friend kra o hwe tenchen o kwa na o tibi nyira I say yes I don't we free break no one o who be o be apply break but I think say this is just by the way because no you be you say automotive say it doesn't need distraction
yes that is what cra me no me advocate for bia say wo twi moto bia na we make sure say wa attention nyina akọ ade na wo twi no so incoming object na wo asan hwe o mirror no mu say bibi di wechi a e ba betimi akọ distraction bia
but you see say the reason why I ahunjo hanum na yewo Baraka from all the time no you focus no and you say one place but you see we in Saom main station from commercial bank Eddie Sandy ever crossing one man. You see, there's one thing I all the time miss steady. You see, Okada guys, you know. I don't know. You see, if you want I think say the thing said the life, you know, we have two lives. Yes. When you lose one today, you can go for the other one.
That is exactly as a man Babekano.
Because quite no soon as a descend there. You see, say descend commercial bank no cry acceleration no cry too much. Now we so apply beam. What I say? Hwe call say Okada se ni bidu echi a. Crash ada na won kwa na ende mam kwa na membra. You see, we are taking the middle of the road. Okada is for no all the time no more far because to them no they see say omo no omo nya car traffic echi omo. Bon so na we female no so abeda made no so only say definitely sometimes no passes no you omo to me cross road no it is a who descend so to boas because you don't know which side are impano or twem no be cross na wo san so accelerate biom enra say me ko fi si ni sa man bi me nim bi okọ so e mesi o se de o na wo hwe ne dress o tum say wapon o ko fi na open time o ko yi o nde wuntumi nkwa mam hwe obetwa mu okọ ya na cars no mo block no na me beto no em say sisi antama okọ nya enye no ma san so abeto no you see so sometimes no I don't know why into yeah omu kra moto no they think say perhaps no they want to let the people know say they are the ones owning the road. This long week and yeah that's true so lying on the road. But we move then there I don't know there how mo because as a other guy there say you don't know you should know say 2 tests na ukra. All the time no we focus on enwo main road no because we be here online back na we standing. Now with me I support moto no. But I don't know why into all the time no omukra moto na they think say obi won ye bibi ti say adaga no maso na man for who say yes or no the skillful rider
is your friend really
this a new time mo dey ban
really babs na me hwe say na wo yi ni mun kan yebenya environmental way kakra wo mu
yes
mami bo mu kakra we dey mi ankasa me area me wo for almost a month ni ye baby a dampe ye bola no container no kobe month ni container ni ho it's for a moment na me feel say he say no mungu bola bi nti endra na me twe ben obi a oti ben ho
okay
na bibi say ni say he say no omuntu bola go ho no bi ma na because ahoju ha nyina no ope eno omo dampe bola no see you container ni bi e den emba ye na visa say enti no me ni se container no bi be ba na ana say omo ejai bola no gukura no so container na emba ye so I wanted to ask wo de one environmental for no oni omo anantida oni omo so aye jumada you know them omo boss ni nyina so I wanted to find out what is the main issue issue be na ma say container a whole town
Baraka FM
a whole town like Ahojo
yes
na omo container baby omo damp refuse tell me because see no hefa no omo de omo bola na everything ebegu sisi a
you see me twa no you see Mr. Crampa baby obi a yankopon show ne edwumadi a obo edima municipality no I think say even last week he was telling me say this time around the cleanup exercise ye boko lantern e beka ko edwuma now you see bola issue one of my me and the ba no there's a particular place all the time they want me checkpoint which is the Roman Junction and apparently maybe me will say sana in rural no esansi hippie no I sound so yes sir so I think say yeba mo money I am on my aware say this time around no see rural esanso bebium you see the power no na in rural no e wo no I want me the final refuse dumping site no but there was some time ago while the MC Bekasai say one no issue kakra one mo asisi a omugusu resolve nti so ombepe excavators bi no ma call fele sa land no mo se be a ombetumi there and also so ka bibi about the shortage of the containers no o share den times no na containers no e wo honom e because of issue one or two dunzi see no o share a particular place like my community like this such room dey ba amwakrom we no ma some 4 places here omo only containers this here no it's only one place per and this here container ewo into yes and na pressure no ababe kan so I think say I remember when I draw Mr. Crampa asumo no yeah because this here no refuse it's so to
assemblyman so yenya no hase ya yankasa ahoju assemblyman so nka yenya no ewo ye platform so ani ebisa no what is really going on so wait me then actually because issues are so ono na ya tidy echire no make sure say bibia be we
yes
enti no no de no ewo honom enti no babangida bi foforo honum bi ma na
em say yembre na isi yenya ntie say yenkola no ma ba destiny light oma be kaya ho ewa ase anapowe omodi educational program no ebre na program ya to ni Kiss Hour Baraka FM and every Thursday be from 10 to 11 a.m. And the Omaba I believe say in the day nkomo no de tie for mo money entwa makonwa na omuntie nkwala no
topic commonly body in this one
this one kasa mo aba because nkwala last no obviously
like social media
yes on be discussing ebu so mobile talking about the teenage pregnancy anyway na say kura unti the ekoso about the eastern region especially in Sauma region HIV
na me post on my status and I me adrojiri your number no eastern region I thought so me and so said the whole eastern region adrojiri is a no
league as a Champions League in
India. Wow, we measure show no wa udi agrofa ho no na we measure show yeah wa India agrofa ho no the ntina say obi wo ho no ma why addicted to it the only thing I can say
but you see you say you talk about the HIV issue no one people always focus about say maybe illegal
sexual activities in nkwa
but enyesa
enye no nkwa
inti sometimes on the basari na amanfo omuyemu shisho omudade but all the time no the obey say so obo ho ban
blade who men for enye blade bia na obo hu a obo use obi wo ho no ma o ya affected and akwa use blade e twa no so maybe stain blood stain kakra wo hu uni wakwa use e twa we no ano no uni obi anda ye so wakwa kunya
yes
other ways wo hono it's not about only sexual intercourse nkwa na betimi arase obetimi akata HIV no it's na adrogini so it's all adrogini ye that third e wo list no so
okay
ye be sere
third de no sanka league na order third okay you know why are you
ko for you the anetos number 1
assemble cry it's still a history region
so we eastern region ko for you the anetos number 1
no for the flowers no
we need the one weather in tears
the oka weather sir the omo mountain wow maka madam Casey Sandra me say no call o say award mo dey utu hu yonge kra na akwala kra o say den kra na ye ba sir o say
na wo hu weather no
o say weather no o ka no say weather no o say na weather no den na weather na ye
na me guy bi amene no akra emti mi ba ha say no ono akwa kwhye a friend say is a friend say oh who free ebria ko ekropon Intreda o movie from home no ba ha say boy mo ha show ha fa o o say boy
ya ho de hu nya kra so beto easy
o say honum de na wudu anapa ye bobe 8 hu say ne fog no aye wo honum a
asem
to say boy hu yon get sneak kita nkola o baby say o say boy whether no
eti for head say ye de besi arum na ya bomori ama nkwala no so edo omudi omo no ede abetu dwa na yentumi mu na ene wede di uka say aha ye ko June July enti wede di enti yenso ye nkasa weda no ba ye fam make productive we are able to me abo kro no
I want say ade ba ko so say obi ho no ma uko especially uko bisani bibi maybe ho acho kakra o si o yunsi nto fuma ede
yes
ye bon pa sinsi o tuto we so no
fomu nyamre
otokoro so fomu nyamre
sapepepe eti for harum na ye de anapo we newspaper review no e de bremu na me ameti wa no medindi Muhammad Asebe me bra ebeka mu wa no yetimi di akonyo mama o mama boy no ye me production team no ya Fidos Amaru won mo no na ohwe ma Fidin bibia koso won mo mama hwe on Facebook ni YouTube nya TikTok nya onu na obo mode ma otumi ma adwumade no eba onu mufti so onu so na obegina o ma Fidin no so etumi kasa ye yes so wotimi ka no ye the credit of the mufti no ono so na na pe otumi bo nti until then we meet again yamen coupon ya do mo Friday yes the new edition so be sansa bro until then I'll see you again nti this na ye ono ye hwe new destiny preparatory destiny light on wa be kan yan wa senti ye be hwe na dwumade no so aba kisa wa eno na ye the next program I the be bro nti stay focused be glued to your chair no na nti they nkwala no mo because they are their future leaders no so education mo no you say ebebo nkwala no so mo no esa so egru mu no mutumi hu say yes radio juma no de obet na